Oh man, just when I thought I was getting over it, and boom, we're hit again with the reality check. I was going to talk about Luis Campos as possible sporting director. I was getting very, very excited, and then I saw Thomas Tuchel's statement.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get on with this. Honestly, it breaks my heart. It really does. If you're, extremely close to your club, you follow it on a regular basis, and you live and breathe it, you know what I'm talking about. Of course, things weren't great in recent times. I understand, but all of this have kind of happened too suddenly, way too suddenly. And we were trying our best to get over it. I was definitely trying my best to get over it, but this dropped literally a couple of hours ago. A statement from Thomas Tuchel, official Twitter page, his official Twitter page. And honestly, it absolutely tore me apart again, man. I mean, you can see how much this guy loved Chelsea. I said it as well all along over the last few days that this guy, he wanted to stay at Chelsea. He really did. It just, of course, it didn't work out. I'm not having a go at the new owners and whatnot. They did what they needed to do, but it's still unfortunate how the things panned out. Let's have a read. This is one of the most difficult statements I've ever had to write, and it is one which I hoped I would not need to do for many years. I'm devastated that my time at Chelsea has come to an end. You feel it, man. You feel it in every word in this sentence, man. You know it's coming from his heart, man. You just know it's coming from his heart. This is a club where I felt at home, both professionally and personally. Thank you so much to all the staff, the players, and the supporters for making me feel very welcome from the start. Further goes on to say, the pride and joy I felt at helping the team to win the Champions League and the Club World Cup will stay with me forever. I'm honored to have been part of this club's history, and the memories of the last 19 months will always have a special place in my heart. Man, this is deep. It's completely gone viral. Look at it. Look, the likes, the retweets, the quote tweets. I guess this is it, isn't it? We have to just cherish the moments, the good moments, the wonderful moments that Thomas Tuchel was able to give us and the team. And this is where it is. We just need to now remember those good times. Remember those times where we felt so special, so good. Champions League final, Super Cup, Club World Cup. I was there live. What a moment that was, man. What a moment that was. And he was literally millimeters away from winning a couple of more other titles, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Should have won. The players 100% let him down in those finals. We should have beaten Liverpool. It is what it is. I don't want to delve too much into it. It just, oh man, it just hurts that just when I was getting over it, this is what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about that heartfelt message from Thomas Tuchel. As I said, he truly loved Chelsea Football Club, man. He was so transparent with his conversations, and I think maybe that's what got him trouble at the end, being too transparent. But I still remember the videos just when he hit the 100 matches just recently, I think against Zagreb. And he said, I look forward to 100 more. He genuinely meant it, man. He genuinely meant it. He might have suspected there could be a sacking, but at the same time, he was surprised that it was this early. This is what some of the quotes was going around and saying. So, yeah, man, look, I wish him all the best for his future endeavors, and I'm sure he's going to be back managing very, very soon. I think Juventus' job with Allegri, I think that might be something that might open up, and we're going to see Thomas Tuchel up and running, and I wish him all the best. All right, let's move on to the next one. You let me know how you feel about that Thomas Tuchel message, man. That hit me hard. Okay, let's talk about Luis Campos, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was actually planning to talk about until that news dropped. This is a huge one that has transpired today, ladies and gentlemen. Sporting director is in agenda big time for Todd Boehly and Chelsea Football Club. And I think something that we definitely need to help out Graham Potter. Chelsea eye Luis Campos as their next sporting director, and it's understood Todd Boehly has already spoken to him. Campos has been working as an advisor. I actually thought he was a sporting director there, but he's an advisor. So that's what makes me think maybe it's not a long-term gig for PSG. Maybe he's just there for the interim, just to sort things out. And boy, did they sort out their midfield. They got rid of a lot of players and brought in some quality players. And this is what Luis Campos is capable of doing in a short period of time. Chelsea's new ownership are understood to be unhappy about the performance and structure of the squad and intend to invest aggressively again in the January window. So this is a message to everyone that sort of felt a bit pessimistic about the January window and the next summer window, that we've already spent so much. How can we possibly spend more? No, the new owners are looking to do that. I know some people will say financial fair play means this, that, the other, but as long as the club can show profitability and balance things out down the track, then you're fine. It all comes down to profit. So you can spend a lot here, but if you're able to, recoup money through sales of tickets, merchandise, sponsorships, ad revenues, and all of that. So at the end of the day, financial fair play is not just based on what you spend, is what is the income is as well, and then what is the final figure at the end. So look, I'm glad the new owners are not happy with the performances and the structure of the squad. We need to do a proper cleanup, and I think Todd Boehly and Eghbalia, they both are doing a proper cleanup. Got rid of pretty much everyone from the previous regime, and now they've got themselves, Graham Potter and his backroom staff, his head of recruitment. We've got Glick, that guy from Man City, who's looking after the sporting side of things, the operational side of things, and then obviously someone like Campos is going to massively help out from the sporting director side of things, which is going to be extremely important for down the track. Todd Boehly has held talks with Luis Campos, as first reported by Times Sport. Campos is effectively freelance despite being football advisor to PSG. He's also employed by Celta. Protection clause in Campos' PSG contract prevent him working for another big club in parallel. Yeah, he's actually involved with Celta as well, which we'll have a look at that down the track. Campos would have to pay PSG to end his contract with the club. Quite surprised at CFC links and the level of personal background briefing from Campos' team. PSG feel the summer window was a success despite missing out on Inter's Milan Skriniar. It was actually a success. But sources concede there was tension between Campos and ex-director of sports Antero Henrique, who is charged with spearheading outgoings. PSG point to 22 departures, but with a number of those deals loans, Campos believed incomings were hampered, arguing more permanent deals were needed to further move in the market. Campos and PSG have slightly different opinions here. PSG don't consider Bernardo Silva and Marcus Rashford failed targets. Club always felt Silva was being priced out in the market, and Rashford's agent was using suitors as leverage to take to Man United FC. Neither deal became advanced or realistic as a result. He does like Rashford. He sees something in him. And obviously, Bernardo Silva is one of his players back from Monaco, which will go through some of the players that he scouted and brought in. Unbelievable. Skriniar was a big priority right up to the deadline day, but Inter held firm. PSG don't believe outgoing stopped this deal. They just never wanted to pay more than 65 million to end the window. They were demanding 80 million. The advantage of Campos to Chelsea is he could be either a sporting director or an advisor. The latter would still give the club the option to wait for Michael Edwards. There's some big-time sporting directors out there. Michael Edwards is one that I feel like Boehly really, really badly wants. But I think Edwards, as you can see here, Edwards held multiple meetings with CFC in August and was made, one source calls, an outstanding offer. Was blown away by the project, but still firm that he was not available in the short or medium term. He wants a full year break from football. So maybe Campos for a year as an advisor, and then you bring in someone like Edwards. It remains to be seen whether Chelsea find a way of involving him long term, but he has turned down the job based on being in place for this January window. Chelsea are also still looking at Monaco's Paul Mitchell, who's extremely keen on the role. Paul Mitchell is also a very, very good one, and there's many other really good shouts in this particular thread by Ben Jacobs. Check that out. Look at the cleanup. Look at the cleanup that Luis Campos was able to do in PSG. He's brought in Vitinha, Renato Sanchez, Nori Mukiel, Hugo Ekitike, Fabian Ruiz, Carlos Soler. I mean, like proper cleanup. And these are some really, really good players. And he was able to get rid of many others as well. PSG arrivals and departures in a single window. Look at the squad cleanup. Incredible squad cleanup. Just check that out. Di Maria left as well. Xavi Simons, Gini Wijnaldum, Paredes, many more. Herrera, Dapa, Kazawa. Like, they really cleaned up big time in this window. Chelsea had around 150. And this is the big reason, like, why we need a sporting director big time, or an advisor in this case for a short term until maybe we get someone like Edwards. Chelsea had around 150 million worth of bids, and proposals were turned down in the final 4 days in the window for Vardiol, Lavia and Alvarez. This is one player we need to talk about down the track. Romeo Lavia from Southampton, we'll touch on. We placed a 50 million bid on this guy on the final day of the transfer window. But as you can see, 150 million bids were turned down. Like, we need a sporting director. We can't be going gun-ho like this 4 days before the transfer window closes. We need proper planning. We need, like, a good strategy as to where do we need to fix. Midfield seems to be an issue. We possibly need something up front. Don't really know whether we need much in the back anymore. We've got a lot of centre-backs. But yeah, Lavia, Alvarez, as I said, some attackers. We need a plan, and someone like Campos can come in and hopefully sort it out for the January transfer window at least. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen, what Campos was able to do in his career so far. Look, he was a manager before, and he wasn't a very good one either, but it's when he went to Monaco as a sporting director, that's when he made his name, 2013 to 2016. The players he was able to bring in at that time, I know some of these names you look now and you'll be like, oh, no. But back then it was superb. Radamel Falcao, João Moutinho. João Moutinho is still a very good player. James Rodriguez, Fabinho, Anthony Martial, Ricardo Carvalho, Dimitri Berbatov, Bernardo Silva, Timo Bakayoko, Jeffrey Kondogbia, and Thomas Lamar. That Monaco team, like I read somewhere, that entire team was able to yield 1 billion in transfer money for Monaco, which is insane. When was the last time we were able to bring in a player and sell for a lot more? I think it might have been Eden Hazard, the last one. We've done some decent business under Marina, but at the same time, we've brought in players that flopped massively as well, like Lukaku in recent times, and many more. But yeah, this is one of the other ideas, to be able to bring in players and still have good value for them, and the value increases, which is important. And then post that, Campos went to Lille, and he's done a madness in Lille as well. So we'll have a look at like players like Victor Osimhen and Rafael Leao. You know, they were Lille players. Also Nicolas Pepe, who was a sensation at once before we went to Arsenal. Portuguese background, Campos. This is his history. Obviously, right now he's a advisor, and he's also an advisor in Celta Vigo as well. Galatasaray, Lille, Monaco. That's where he's done madness. Scout for Real Madrid, as you can see there. Look at this. This is where it got really. So I'll post Monaco. Using his extensive network, he set out assembling a squad up and coming young players, all of whom had significant resale values. That's the thing, significant resale values. Bernardo Silva came in from Benfica for 15.75 million. Timo Bakayoko for 8 million from Rennes. Fabinho for 6 million. I mean, all of this yielded massive. There you go, close to 1 billion from incoming transfers right there. Monaco absolutely cleaned up with these players. And then, of course, from there, he's gone to Lille. Campos vowed, as Monaco closed in on the title, that he would create other masterpieces in his career. And last summer transfer window at Lille stood in comparison last summer. This obviously was an article from a long time ago. Bushwork he produced in the Principality, having clashed with Monaco, Marcelo Bielsa over the club's recruitment policy during Argentina's blink and miss tenure as head coach, Campos has played a central role in Lille's renaissance. The cash-strapped club spent a measly 8.9 million on transfer last summer. Their shrewd acquisition includes Jose Fonte, Zeki Selik, Jonathan Ekone, Jonathan Bamba, all of these players, Rafael Leao for free, like madness. And obviously, Christophe Galtier, who's now the manager of PSG, has done a madness at Lille. I think he won the La Ligue, French Liga with Lille. So, look, these are some of the players: Fabinho, Victor Osimhen, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, Anthony Martial, Zeki Selik, Nicolas Pepe, Jonathan Ekone, and many, many more that he was able to bring in, ladies and gentlemen. So, look, I would be absolutely ecstatic if we get Luis Campos, even for a short term, before we get someone like Edwards as a full-term appointment. I think Luis Campos will be able to put a good structure, listen to what Graham Potter wants in terms of philosophy, and then from there really work out what is required in defense, what is required in midfield, what is required up front, and the overall squad as well. And then from there, we can slowly build on from that. So very important we have a particular brain, a footballing brain, and a brain that is able to seek out good, talented players. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's postponed game against Fulham gave more time for Potter to work with these players, and they played a full-sided game at Cobham with a view to Salzburg on Wednesday night, which is great. Yep, the postponements have allowed allowed Graham Potter to get to know the team a little bit more, and gives us a bit more time in a must-win game against Salzburg. So let's see what happens against Salzburg. I'm very, very keen to see how we perform as a team. Keen to see if there's a bounce back. Keen to see how our attack plays now. Keen to see how our, wingers, are they able to go 1v1? Like, I'm interested because they've been flopping for a while. So let's see if they finally wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you've, how you feel about everything that we've gone through. Thomas Tuchel's statement. Luis Campos, how you feel about that? Hope you've enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See ya.